Only Pega can offer the powerful BPM differentiator of unified policies and procedures. Traditional application development and traditional BPM tools are organized exclusively around procedural thinking. These approaches artificially keep policies and procedures separate, often in separate technologies. This purely procedural approach forces users to manually lay out the steps and decisions that complete a piece of work. This can seem like an easy and logical way to get started, but big problems quickly emerge. You need to know and manage two technologies, one for your policies and one for your procedures. And keeping versions in sync can be a nightmare. And you've broken the way business people think, which is having policies and procedures together. This problem worsens when you start growing your BPM deployment, where there are multiple business process applications, each of which inevitably contains multiple process flows and hundreds of business rules. So now, you're potentially working with hundreds of process models and thousands of business rules. Purely procedural thinking requires people to manually position changes, whether they're revisions to processes, the addition of rules, or the definition of new data sources. This requires them to know every place where these changes could apply and introduces a huge potential for error. It means that you have to retest your entire application just to make a simple process change, add a business rule, or update a data source. This approach is simply not agile. Agility requires a single repository that unifies your policies and procedures. Your business people can work in a single tool that mirrors the way they think, and your technology staff doesn't have to write and maintain interfaces between a business process tool and a separate business rule engine. You leverage the power of the computer to help implement the solution instead of the error-prone approach of manually positioning rules, processes, and data access. And when you make changes, you don't have to search for all of the places the change could apply. The change will be auto-positioned by the repository in each of the impacted processes. By having unified policies and procedures, you reduce the need for retesting, the likelihood of error, and the complexity of your infrastructure and implementation. Only Pega can give you the unified policies and procedures needed to achieve this level of agility.